I was having coffee with a friend the other day, and he told me about a car he was planning to buy. He told me because I am a bit of a car enthusiast, and I am being modest. Anyway, for now, I'll leave the brand name out of it, but I told him that the price had just gone up. This didn't bother him. In fact, he got more excited. The fact that the price had gone up seemed to get him even more like hot for this car, which made me laugh. The fact that the car became less affordable for more people made it more desirable for him. Says a lot about him, right? You see, there's a lot that guides buying behavior that doesn't conform to simple demand-supply mechanics. It isn't as simple as the higher the price, the fewer the people buying the product. It also isn't as simple that giving out freebies will get people the incentive to actually spend money on a product because they've got to try it for free. In fact, how's this for a mind blower? For an average business, increasing the price of a product by 1% will likely increase the profit, not by 1 or 2 or 3, but by 10 to 12%. Mind blown. Well, that's what we're going to discuss today. How to make people value your product enough for price to become a secondary consideration. We're going to talk about how the right type of targeted branding message can transform your ideal individuals from bargain hunters to value seekers and consequently to brand loyalists. But before I get into all that, if you want to know more about the branding strategy secrets of the Fortune 100 companies, just click the link in the description below. It will fast track you getting your business branded online. So coming back to my car-loving friend, well, me too. When the price of that coveted car went up for him and the desirability of that car went up too. It's interesting. As humans, we're wired to be aspirational. We don't really value the things that we get for free. When they give out free samples of some cosmetics at the store, it certainly feels great for a moment. All those little tubes and bottles are really cute. But how many of us just toss it into the dresser when we get home and forget all about it? Clean it up next year during spring cleaning, right? Will we do that with something we paid for? Or a free online course, you miss a class or two and it's no big deal. It's not like you're wasting any money. But if it was a course you paid for, wouldn't you make sure you attended every session? And how many of us actually go back and buy the product samples of what we were handed out for free, right? If we get that sample, how many of us go back and buy it for free? It's a very, very small portion. So what is it that really drives our buying choices? Let's take insurance, for instance. Did you know that 30% of American families have no life insurance? Now, we would think that life insurance is a necessary purchase, something worth prioritizing over less essential expenditures. But this isn't so. 86% of Americans think that life insurance is too expensive. This idea that life insurance is too expensive has several consequences. It means that as many as 40% of the people literally left their families in dire financial straits when something unfortunate happened, just because of this belief. A huge chunk of Americans are underserved, underinsured, and only about 30% have the level of coverage they need. What's going on here? Not making a life-saving purchase like life insurance because it's seen as not worth it is a perfect example of how poor branding and marketing can hurt people and businesses as well. Customers were unaware of the value of what they were buying. They continue to be bargain hunters even when something is vital and necessary. The insurance companies weren't able to convey the urgency of buying life insurance to a majority of people. Clearly, they just weren't communicating effectively with the people who should be buying from them, which is essentially the entire population. I'd like to say it's kind of poor branding messaging, wouldn't you? Here's what a brand has to do. They have to show their ideal people that price is just one component of the purchase decision they're making. Their attention has to be drawn to the other aspects of the product, such as its utility, unique features, ability to simplify life, enhance personal status. The lifespan of the product is a feature that counters price very well. Or maybe it's to secure a financial future, as in the case of life insurance. The customer's attention has to be taken away from the price point and towards all of these other aspects. The customer has to be made to understand that the amount of money they are paying is secondary. Brands and businesses can do this by using these 4 main strategies. Number 1, journey from problem to solution. A brand wants to be able to convince people that they don't just want the product, they need it. The insurance company should be able to communicate to people how necessary their product is, how it could make sure that they have a comfortable retirement or that their kid goes to college, rather like a close, wise friend offering good counsel. It isn't about creating alarm or lighting a rocket under them, or rather it's about making them see good sense. So I had to go visit the doctor some months back, and I was being asked to come in for another visit because some more tests to follow up what was needed. And now I, like a lot of people, would avoid returning to the doctor's office if I can help it. Luckily for me, my friend convinced me. She said, Canon, the doctor says you have to come back tomorrow. And I was like, oh, when would you like me to be here? I just needed that push to do what I knew in my heart was good for me. Sometimes people go too long before they can be helped because they don't ask for help. So don't look at this as being pushy or just out to close a sale. You're doing them a service by saying, hey, use your plan for retirement, or hey, you should plan for your kids' education. Don't see it as a negative thing. You could see it as being a really good friend that says the truth. First, identify the way the product is going to solve the problem, and then engage an emotion to connect at that level. So if it's, say, a software that helps people with their taxes, hint at how taxes are a necessary evil, but this nifty little download is going to make the whole process of filing that much more easy for them. Relief from tedium, right? To market address to a woman, talk about deep pockets. Ever see all the memes about women's clothing without pockets? You'll get women's angst, and you'll see why and how that could create an emotional connection. Just the fact that all of your purses have pockets. It values your ideal individual. Number 2, bulk value proposition. A brand can explain to their ideal individuals why they are getting more bang for their buck by buying in bulk. We are intrinsically wired to see value in bulk. More of something for the same or lesser amount is always welcome, right? For instance, what would you choose? A subscription that costs, say, $10 a month or $100 a year? The second one's a better value for your money, and it also saves you the hassle of renewing each month. Auto renewals are scary for some people. So when people believe that they are getting bulk value, they commit to a product more. Number 3, create motivation. In the first point, we spoke about the need of, or the problem-solving ability of a product. That's establishing usefulness. Another way to increase value in the eyes of your ideal individual is to highlight the desirability of your product. That car enthusiast friend of mine, clearly he was convinced of this aspect of the car he wanted to buy. It was desired. There may have been a lot of cars out there that were as good looking or powerful or fast. So why this car? Well, this, my friend, who likes to turn heads when he drives up in something beautiful and exclusive, that's his motivation. He wants the car, though he may not need it. Other people will buy it because of the promise of convenience or because it offers them a sense of security. They may buy something because it makes a statement. They makes them align with a particular aspirational group that they want to belong to. Conversely, they might want to buy because it brands them a rebel. Someone who doesn't want to, get in with the crowd, who wants to go against the grain, wants to stand out, feel special. Or maybe this product will make them feel good about themselves and liberate themselves in some way by giving them more access, more horsepower. Think of Mac versus PC. One is seen as aspirational or design-oriented, and the other is practical and feature-rich. Payless, Best Buy, Wheels Up, all appeal to that desire to be a part of a winner's circle. It's like when Hallmark says, when you care to send the very best. Or L'Oreal tells you, because you're worth it. Can you think of any other brands that motivate you to be a winner by joining their brand? Let me know in the comments below. Number 4, highlight the intrinsic worth of exclusivity. Become relevant to your customers by explaining how you've worked hard to create a special product. Perhaps the product is the result of extensive R&D and therefore offers an exceptional user experience. Take the example of Herman Miller's Aeron. Okay, that was the result of a lot of fine engineering, this chair, this ergonomic design, and so on. It looked weird to begin with, and the price point was much higher than the common garden variety office chair. However, it's now one of the most successful chair designs in the world. I own 2. People understood that they really worked hard to give us a better chair, that they didn't mind paying for it. People visiting Disneyland or Vegas is it's going to be expensive, but this is an experience that's special. Exclusive, can't be found everywhere. A lot of thought went into it, and people are going to pay for the memories their visit will create. Similarly, brands have to be able to create value that transcends and rises above people's preoccupation with price. Tap into their desire for a better future. At the heart of any of these 4 strategies is the promise of a greater future. That's the emotion behind any and every purchase on the planet. The desire for a better future, more comfortable, more secure, more healthy, more learned, more beautiful, more stylish, more fun, less stressful, less painful, less risky, less disease than the present. The the desire for a greater future. Once an ideal individual believes that your brand can provide the bridge to that greater future he or she seeks, price becomes a secondary factor. The Indian car, the Tata Nano, a perfectly nice little car, but a victim of the most tragic misbranding. It was billed as the world's cheapest car. So for the individual wanting to move from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler, they feel that this will make their life better or help them move up in their life. Every new car that comes out, billions of dollars worth of R&D goes into it. And Tata Nano was trying to keep people small, and it cost them. The Nano didn't offer a greater future. And in that, it was a colossal branding failure. They no longer manufacture the Nano, by the way. Brands have to create an idea of a better future. That is what you want your people to associate with your brand. It could take 3 seconds or it could take a few months. But when they believe it, then it becomes part of their identity. It becomes part of their thinking process about their identity. It becomes part of their actions, and they buy. And the right branding can move this process along quickly. Right branding is not cajoling or convincing. It's not manipulating. It's liberating. It's aligning. And that is what you want with your brand. So get right to it. Think about one way in which you can get your brand message across to your ideal individuals in a way that transcends the price point. And to further jet fuel your brand success, click the link in the description below and learn the branding secrets of the Fortune 100 companies. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell. I release new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to use them as your own personal masterclass for becoming an inspiration to millions with branding. And as always, remember to love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.